Hello, I'm Jonasz Lewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. The Russian army attacked 17 settlements in Ukraine's southern Kherson region overnight, wounding 2 people, according to the head of the region's military administration. Russian forces have launched a missile strike on Vysokopilya in the Kherson region and targeted the Berislav and Kherson districts with guided glide bombs. 5 private homes, a cell tower, and an industrial enterprise, as well as a private car, were damaged in the attacks. The Russian Defense Ministry claims it shot down 35 missiles over the Russian region of Belgorod earlier this morning. A series of explosions were reportedly heard in the city center. No casualties have been reported. Russian forces continue their offensive push in Liptsi, north of Kharkiv city. They have recently made marginal advances within Vovchansk to the east, amid ongoing fighting in and around the settlement. Ukrainian forces have pushed out Russian troops from several houses and advanced within northeastern Vovchansk. This clearly shows just how dynamic the situation there is. A spokesperson for a Ukrainian unit in the Kharkiv region has said that Ukrainian forces control most of the town, while Russians are conducting assaults in squad-sized infantry groups. Meanwhile, moving on now to the Middle East, and the Israeli military has reportedly withdrawn from the Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank. 12 Palestinians were killed in the siege, which began on Tuesday. The Israeli military is saying it was carrying out a counter-terrorism operation in the city, but witnesses have described Israeli forces shooting at people indiscriminately in the streets. The IDF is conducting raids in Beit Hanun in northern Gaza, claiming to target remaining Hamas fighters operating in the area. Israeli forces have been attempting to, and I quote, eliminate terrorists, locate and destroy terrorist infrastructure, as well as underground tunnels, end of quote, according to an IDF post on Twitter. Israeli forces are advancing along the Philadelphia corridor in Rafah, a 14-kilometer-long strip of land between Egypt and the Gaza Strip. Israeli forces located and destroyed several rocket launchers inside the corridor. Now, in the clip coming up, Ukrainians target a Russian AGS-17 automatic grenade launcher. Now, the enemy gunners thought they were pretty clever with their camouflage. Yeah, not clever enough to escape the UAV operators from the 1st Battalion of the 5th Separate Assault Brigade. They had their eyes in the sky, locked on the target, and boom, target eliminated. Now here is a scoop from the streets of Vovchansk. Picture this: Ukrainian troops riding in style on an American Striker APC, cruising through the city, cleaning house after house, chasing out the Russian invaders. It's a classic case of good guys with the right gear, making sure the bad guys know they are not welcome. Street by street, they are driving the Russians right out of town. A sight to behold. The Russians have launched a massive attack on Kharkiv in eastern Ukraine. Reports say that at least a dozen bombs have hit the city, unfortunately, killing at least 6 and wounding 16. In response, Ukrainian forces are taking their revenge on the front lines. See another failed attempt by the Russian occupiers to fend off Ukrainian FPVs with bricks and sticks. Yeah, you had that right. Bricks and sticks, literally. Sophisticated air defense, who needs it? I would have said sticks and stones can't break our drones, but apparently in this day and age this is the kind of pun that you have to apologize for repeatedly. Anyway, moving on. Outside Chasiv Yar, the Ukrainians are really leaning on the invaders. Hiding or not, doesn't matter. Drone recon pilots from the 76th Mechanized Brigade will find the Russians no matter where they hide. And then, once they find them, they deliver a special package right to their doorsteps. Looks like the Russians have got nowhere to run, but they shouldn't be there in the first place, right? Over in Vovchansk, Russian forces hit a police car with an FPV drone during an evacuation mission, according to Ukraine's Ministry of Internal Affairs. Tragically, one officer was killed and another wounded. They were on a mission to rescue civilians, just another brutal reminder of the dangers faced by those trying to save lives in this conflict. Now, here is a quick breakdown of the costs per shot for some American weapons, giving us an idea of how expensive war can get. The M1 Abrams tank shoots 120mm shells, each one costing around $850 per shot. The M777 howitzer, 155mm shells, between $2,000 and $3,000 per shot. These costs can add up quickly when you have to suppress an enemy with overpowering fire. Each round, missile and bomb represents a significant financial outlay, contributing to the overall cost of war. And with this rapid-fire presentation, we end this episode of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.